class of 13. I live in San Francisco, and I think my favorite snack was probably late at night making V-dub waffles and covering them in chocolate sauce and whipped cream. Very delicious. All right.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Alex. I'm the sous chef today, and I did not go to Brown. However, my great uncle went to Brown, and I don't remember what his favorite snack was, but one of my favorite college snacks was a barbecue beef sandwich.
Okay. I'll call on people to make this easier. So I'm gonna go in order. Tony, you go first.
I'm Tony. I'm Brown 2013. I have two favorite Brown snacks. The first is Gate Pizza at 10 p.m. And the second, in a healthier phase of my college career, was Joe's Salads at any time.
Good one. Okay, Trish, you can go next.
I'm Cory's mom. I did not go to Brown. I went to one of those other Ivy League schools, and I don't know. I don't remember my favorite college snack.
Okay, Jean, you're next.
I'm next.
Yeah.
I don't remember any college ideal snacks that were, but I did like candy, so maybe candy of any kind.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex's mom.
Okay, Cassie, Andrew, you guys are next.
Hi, I'm Cassie, also 2013.
And I'm Andrew, also 2013.
And I think my favorite snack was Spicy With from Joe's.
I ate a lot of hamburgers from the Ratty. That's what I got.
There you go. Avery, you're next.
I like hamburgers.
Hey guys, I'm Avery, also class of 2013. I didn't realize that there was so much good food until this question had me debating what to answer. Obviously, Chicken Finger Friday is like one of the all-time faves. I also love Joe's Quesadillas once I discovered them later. And for a sweet side, it'd be a tie between the Blue Room Muffins and the S'mores bars, because I've been thinking about the S'mores bars.
Awesome. Okay, AJ, you're next.
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm class of 2017. I think I was there. They introduced coffee milk.
Oh.
And so coffee milk with I just put stupid things in it, like ice cream. I think I put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in it once. I just experimented with ice cream and coffee milk. You can't go wrong. That and Joe's Mouth Sticks.
Such a good Rhode Island. Okay, Ben, you're next.
Hey everyone, James, class of 18 here. I'm in San Mateo, so just south of SF. And they actually stuck me in grad center as a junior transfer coming in 2016. So Joe's saved me. So Spicy without a doubt.
Awesome. Yeah, Miss Joe's. All right, Stephanie / Brown Club of San Francisco, you're next.
Hi guys, Stephanie Vasquez, 2013 as well, based in San Francisco. I'm with Tony. That Gate Pizza at 10 p.m. really hit the spot. I still have dreams about that pizza. So good.
Okay, T, you're next.
Hey, this is Tanya. I'm class of 2013. I remember always being excited for Cajun chicken pasta, especially after a practice. But the Ivy Room falafel wraps were always good, even though it wasn't real falafel.
AJ got pumped. Yeah. The fun fact, Brown Dining Services has released 2 recipes during the shelter in place, and the first recipe they released was Cajun chicken pasta. The second one was the one we're doing today. Okay, Elizabeth and Catherine. If you want to say hi.
Let us turn the video.
Yay!
So yeah, I'm a parent of 2013, but my son never took me any place to eat on campus. He would have to introduce me to someone. I don't have any favorite food.
And I'm the sister of class of 2013. I also was never invited to campus. My favorite food in my college was grilled cheese.
Okay, Ashwin, are you there?
I'm here.
I missed the beginning, but I guess we're saying favorite snacks.
Favorite, yeah, brown snack or meal.
I'm Australian, 2015 also. I think my favorite is probably the pumpkin cookies with the white chocolate.
Oh, those are so good.
Yeah, those are my choice.
Awesome. All right. And Leela, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, I'm Leela. I didn't go to Brown. I'm Arshin's wife. Oh, and my favorite snack is mozzarella sticks from college.
Oh, yeah. Good call. All right. And last one is Kathy, I think.
Hey, I'm Kathy, class of 2013. I guess a lot of the snacks are also favorites, but one that hasn't been mentioned, which is not really like a Brown specific snack, but my roommate and I would sometimes steal whole loaves of the raisin swirl bread from the Ratty. I mean, it was built into tuition rate, so favorite.
That's great. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you everybody for sharing. Thought that would be a fun way to start. Okay, I'm gonna put on my apron. Which is conveniently, good brown red. And then we'll get started. I think maybe less than half of you are actually baking, but I'm very excited about those of you that are. We're gonna have a blast. If you have any questions, I'll try to pause and ask if anybody has questions. But Alex and I did a dry run on Thursday. It only took about 20 minutes, so it's a pretty fast recipe, which is nice. And yeah, feel free if you missed a step, you want to look at a close up. Alex is going to kind of monitor the camera so he can, get some cool close up shots for you guys of what things should look like. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty easy, pretty fun. He'll also monitor the chat, so if you don't feel comfortable, asking a question out loud, you can ask it in the chat. We'll see how that goes. Okay, everybody ready? Awesome.
So we got my world's greatest dad apron on. Don't know if you can
Yes.
see it.
All right, first thing we're gonna do is preheat your oven to 350. I'm gonna go do that. It's the easy first step. Okay, our oven is preheating. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our pan. The recipe, so you can do it in either an 8x8 pan or a 9x13 pan. Like I said earlier, I do not want another 9x13 pans worth of bars for just Alex and I. So doing an 8x8 set. If you want to, you can put, tin foil in it or parchment paper. I'm gonna do tin foil just because I like to make things easy when I'm done baking.
Nice zoom in action. We're getting all the detail.
Yeah, exactly.
If I don't have cooking oil, like spray cooking oil, can I just rub canola oil on the bottom?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any kind of like oil, butter, yada, yada should be fine to make it non-stick. Oh, I did forget to go through the ingredients, which I meant to do at the beginning. So hopefully you have them already, but while you finish up kind of prepping your pan. So you're gonna need graham cracker crumbs, you're gonna need some butter, you're gonna need some chocolate chips, either semi-sweet or dark is preferred, some sweetened shredded coconut. It's okay if you accidentally got unsweet shredded coconut. Optional if you want to throw in some chopped nuts, we'll do that towards the end. And then you're also going to need lovely sweetened condensed milk. And for those that are gluten-free or vegan, I was actually pretty happy to find out it's pretty easy to adjust the recipe for that. The only ingredient that has gluten is the graham cracker crumbs, so you could have gotten gluten-free graham cracker crumbs. Good job, Cassie. And then if you are vegan or dairy-free, you can just use, your favorite version of a dairy-free butter. And there's a question. And
do we need to make the butter a certain temperature?
No, you'll see. We'll melt the butter in a second. It doesn't have to be at a certain temp. We just get to melt it in the microwave, which makes it all the easier. And then instead of sweetened condensed milk, you can get, for dairy-free, you can get sweetened condensed coconut milk, or alternate recipes I found online just used like full fat coconut milk. So it's just really supposed to be like a sweet glue to put it all together. Okay, so those are your ingredients. So we've prepped our pan. I actually didn't spray mine yet, so I have cooking spray, but you can also use butter, oil, just, you want to get it so the bars are really easy to come out when you're done. Ready to go. Okay. We are now going to make the crust layer, which is where melting the butter comes into play. So get out a medium-sized microwavable bowl. You're going to put the butter into that. And it's 1 stick of butter or 8 tablespoons for both versions of the recipe, 8 by 8 or 9 by 13. Okay, now you should have your butter and you're going to pop it in the microwave for maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute. We can watch. Okay. Move the computer out of the way.
Butter. Microwave. How long?
Start with 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I will make you watch the butter melting.
Welcome, newcomer, Amina.
Hi.
All right, so the point of the butter is you really just want to get it melted because we're going to mix it with the graham cracker crumbs so that it makes a really nice, delicious crust at the bottom. So you don't have to even get it, fully melted. Do a little bit more.
Okay.
We're going to show you. So we got like
where
this.
it's at now. We're going to do a little bit more.
Yeah, we're going to do another 15 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's check it out.
Okay.
Hold it.
This is a pretty good look where it's melty enough. We're going to be able to mix it with the graham crackers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone who's got their butter, got it melted down. Okay. Yeah. Got some
Awesome.
thumbs up. Okay.
Okay. So now we are going to get your crushed graham cracker crumbs. If you made this super easy like me, you bought it pre-crushed, but maybe you had to crush some yourself. Very impressive. And you're going to put 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs into that bowl with your butter. Okay. And you don't have to be super precise, which is also why I like this recipe. You're just making a delicious, buttery, graham crackery crust. Okay. Perfect. Okay, once you get your graham crackers and your crust, or your graham crackers and your butter into the bowl, you're gonna mix them up really good. You can use a spatula, a spoon, whatever you want. But basically you're gonna see all your graham cracker crumbs get a little moist as they mix together with the butter. Wow, smells really good.
How would you describe the texture of what you're
I
making?
would say it sort of looks like, that sand at the beach where it's like not fully wet but not fully dry. You're going for like a slightly wet sand look.
That is the perfect analogy. I know exactly what you mean by that.
I love eating wet sand.
Okay. Once you have your, wet sand paste, you are now going to put it into the bottom of your prepped pan. And we're going to smooth it out. So you don't have to, you can just kind of dump it into the middle. Big old mound of graham cracker sand.
Yeah, you can eat some of it if you want.
Yeah, it's good to test while you go.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to kind of spread it out evenly and really push it down into the bottom of your pan as you go.
So you're trying to make a pretty even layer down there?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
This is going to be the delicious crust when they're done. All right, that looks pretty good. Got a nice even crust for your bottom. And our oven just preheated.
All right.
Okay.
Oven's ready.
Okay, let me put that in the sink, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is everybody's crust step done? Sweet.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, no rush. Sweet. All right, we are now ready to move on to the top layer step. I'm going to move my crust out of the way, bring out another big bowl. And this is where we're going to mix together our chocolate chips, our coconut, and then nuts if you want it. So if you're doing the 8x8 version, you're just doing 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. And if you're doing the 9x13 version, you're going to do 2 cups of chocolate chips. But you don't have to be super precise about it. So I'm going to do 1 cup and then roughly 1/2 cup extra. All right, 1 cup. Oh, gotta open a new thing of chocolate chips.
What kind of chocolate chips are you going with today, Cory?
With the Guittard semi-sweet, you know, San Francisco
Ooh.
chocolate favorite.
Fancy.
You repeat, we're putting them in the bowl. Are we mixing them with something else?
Yeah, we're gonna mix
Okay.
them with coconut and nuts if you have them. So
okay,
it's not like you're not gonna melt them or anything like that yet. They're just gonna get mixed generally together. All right, and then another 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. So you've got 1.5 cups or 2 cups of chocolate chips.
We also recommend eating some chocolate chips.
And then you're gonna do 1 cup of, yes, 1 cup of your coconut flakes. Perfect. Once again, you don't need to be super precise about this. All right. So yeah, you're putting in 1 cup of the coconut. And if you wanted to do the chopped nuts, I recommend either doing chopped pecans or chopped walnuts. So I have chopped pecans, and I'm gonna do like 1/2 cup of chopped, maybe 3/4 cup of the chopped pecans. Put them in there. All right, and now you're just gonna mix together that coconut chocolate optional nut mixture.
Can you tell us what your spatula says while you mix it?
This one says Red Delicious. My other one was my Gryffindor one. All right.
What are we going for with the mix?
And you're just trying to get it so it looks like, you know, it looks like trail mix. You've got coconut, nuts, chocolate, kind of everywhere you're seeing. So you're just sort of loosely mixing it together. All right. Once you have mixed those bad boys together, you're going to put them on top of your prepared crust. So just sort of evenly shake them out. We can move them around after. And then, yeah, you can just use your spatula to kind of move them around so you've got another even layer of tastiness. Oh, escapes chocolate chip. Push it down a little if you want. Okay, so this is really what you should be seeing next on your next step.
Cassie, Andrew, how's yours looking? It's looking good.
We're good.
Okay.
Nice.
AJ? All
Yay,
right.
that's
Very
great.
cool.
If you're behind, don't worry, we can go back. But the next step is pretty easy. So this is where you need your sweetened condensed milk opened up. If you're doing the 8x8 version, you just need 1/2 can. If you, and then if you're doing the 9x13, you're gonna use the full can. Once again, you can swap for coconut milk or sweetened coconut milk. Fun fact, I already made this recipe to practice for you guys, so I only have 1/2 can in here, but if you're only using 1/2 can, a good idea for the rest of your sweetened condensed milk is it makes it really easy to make homemade fudge. So just an idea for your leftover sweetened condensed milk. Okay, so now you're gonna lightly pour it, the 1/2 can, kind of spread it around as much as you can as you pour. So you're just gonna try to drizzle it, get it everywhere. Yummy.
Looks like you were going with a lattice pattern there for a bit.
Just makes it easier to try to get it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you don't, not everything needs to be covered.
Cory,
Okay.
how did you store your extra half can?
Oh, I put it in the fridge for a few days. It should keep in the fridge for at least like a week, I think.
Do you cover it or anything?
I didn't cover it.
Cool.
Okay. All right, so now it should sort of look like this funny, glossy, sweetened condensed milk on top of everything else that you did so far. Okay, everybody ready to put theirs in the oven?
James, how are you doing?
Doing great. Just
All
like
right.
a little messy, but it's
Yeah, definitely is not the cleanest. The first time I did it, I got graham cracker crumbs all over the table.
very proud of myself. It's there it is.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if yours is ready, you're now gonna pop it in your oven that has already been preheated to 350. I'd go for a middle rack placement.
There it is.
All right. And you're gonna set your timer to 25 minutes. So what you're going for when it's done, once you have it set to 25 minutes, is, haha, I already did a set. So these are the ones I made earlier this week. So you're gonna look for it to kind of brown around the edges. And it'll sort of be, you'll it'll be pretty set in the middle, it won't be jiggly or anything like that anymore. So we actually haven't tried it yet. So since you're all here, now I get to be the person who finished baking and sees how they taste.
This feels very Food Network official. I'm very, love that you had it like made, ready to go. Show us the final product.
She thought of everything.
Tinfoil made that super easy. Oh yeah, perfect.
Bring in the camera, Alex. We want to see.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All
He's
right,
getting
all
me
right.
a cutting board.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to just grab her cutting board. That's okay.
Take
I
it
was
off.
slacking.
Take it off the tinfoil.
Wow.
Great.
This is one massive magic bar.
Wow.
Yeah. Looks good.
Here's the big one.
Does
Yum.
it even- Oh, yeah. There we go.
What are you guys gonna do
Sounds
with
like
them?
It's like a magic bar for a giant. Huh?
All right, let's see how they do.
Whoa.
That looks amazing.
Let's see. All right, look, just like with the Ratty used to it, you're gonna have a nice graham cracker layer and then a chocolate coconut, optional nut layer. Okay, moment of
So
truth.
good.
Mm. Just as messy as they used to be.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
That's great.
Nicely done.
If I do say so myself. Want to try?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, don't forget to set your timers for those of you that just put it in the oven.
Wow. That's great. Okay.
Woohoo!
Looks
told
good,
you.
Cory.
Cory, thank you, Alex.
Yay, thank you. I hope that was fairly easy for everybody. I'm really happy that at least I think 4 of you followed along, so that's awesome.
That was easier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, me too.
Can you freeze the bars and
Oh,
or
good
should be-
question.
I would assume you can freeze them pretty easily.
I would think so.
Yeah, I would cut them up. You can put them in the freezer. They would probably microwave up pretty easy and be really tasty, warmed up a little bit. Yeah.
How would you typically eat a magic bar at the Ratty? Would you like put ice cream on it or have anything alongside
I
it?
think I
Glass
just
of milk?
ate them plain.
Okay.
They would have like bar days where they'd have all the bars. They'd have the s'more bars that Avery mentioned that were super good. They were like this thick chocolate layer with, like graham cracker pieces and mini marshmallows on top. But they did lemon bars and brownie bars and blondie bars. And so they'd have days where they have all of them. And I would just be overwhelmed. I'd get like one of each bars. They were so good. Yeah. And they'd always cut them like way bigger than you really needed them to be.
And I would definitely take the small containers to go and put like at least 3 or 4 of the s'mores bars every time.
Okay. Well, does anybody have any questions?
Cory, can you do your best Gail impression for us?
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I guess, AJ, you might be our youngest member. Was Gail still at the Ratty when you were at Brown? What's names? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I can't read numbers.
Yes. So last time I was at Brown, I was there for commencement last year, and Gail was still working at the Ratty, and she was working there when I graduated.
That's
Yes.
awesome. So for those of you that don't know Gail, she worked at the Ratty, and this very kind older woman, and you know, came in, she would go, hi. So she would wave at everybody and was super nice, and you really felt like she got to know you, even though she probably said hi to thousands of students every single day. I'm glad. Thanks for the update, James. I'm glad she's still kicking it.
Yeah, no, I definitely have great memories of Gail. I remember like walking in as a junior transfer, knowing nothing about Brown. I forgot my ID. I'm like, this is a disaster. I'm gonna miss my first dinner. And she's like, yeah, just go on through. You're good. So.
Oh, that's
very
great.
sweet.
Yeah, that's a great Gail story. Okay, well,
Avery,
Cory.
Thanks, Mom.
I love that. That makes me so happy.
Well, I'm happy to hang around, but for everybody else, thank you for joining. You're welcome to drop off, and don't forget to take your bars out of the oven. And if you want to send a picture we have a Brown Club email, Facebook page. I think my Facebook also